he threatened my friend to stab him and stab all of us. When they mentioned the word stab, my heart started pounding really fast now. Of course I was freaking scared after all these stabbing incidences in Singapore.
13-year-old Joshua Jon Lim was skateboarding with 4 friends at 10 p.m. last week when he was entangled in a staring incident, a common occurrence among youths. Earlier this month, a student from Raffles Institution was stabbed after a staring incident blew up in Potong Pasir. Last year, the late Darren Ng was murdered at Downtown East after succumbing to slash wounds resulting from a staring incident. And interviews with teenagers on the streets reveal that many have been involved in such incidents. We speak to 2 boys who managed to escape from them unscathed. Joshua tells us what happened during his first staring incident encounter.
We were all skating the steps at YMCA Building, where my friend just happened to stare at some random group of people. And a few minutes later they came back to consult us. Then they asked us why were you staring? So we just we were all of course petrified then my friend said, because he looked familiar, he's from my school or something. Then they threatened us if we want to get stabbed and all.
So how long, what did the confrontation last? And what made them decide to back off?
It lasted for about 20 minutes, of scolding and all. So in the end, we just said sorry to all of them, and they eventually just cooled down in the last beat.
Do you think of running away? Maybe when all this happened, especially when they threatened to stab you and your friends.
Well, of course, if we run, there'll be more trouble. They'll chase us and all. So we decided to just man up and face the music,
While some youths may think apologizing to the aggressor is a sign of weakness, Joshua feels otherwise.
Well, apologizing is is being polite, you know what I mean? Of course you have to apologize. If you don't apologize, obviously they'll get more mad, right? And some more they ask us to apologize. So we just followed what they say.
While Joshua and his friends managed to keep the conflict civil, 16-year-old Ko Yi Ting from SGI International and his friends were not as fortunate. Their staring incident escalated into a fight.
Me, myself, and 3 of his friends who were just hanging out at a car park below the new mall, Changi City Point, behind the expo, and one of my friends thought he knew one of the gangsters that came to us, so from primary school. So we looked and see if it was him, but then a staring incident started. I think they were drunk. At first we were confronted with 2 people, and then 2 or 3 people, and then when we were walking back to my house, because it's kind of close, and they confronted us again and said they came in a bigger group this time. And at that point there were exchange of a few words, and then a fist fight started.
So how serious and how big was the fight?
The fight was quite big. It was the whole group, 6 of them and 3 of my friends, and me and my friend, we just stood aside, and we didn't want to get hurt, so we didn't get involved. So we just verbally told them, stop fighting. And after a while it cooled down and we just parted ways.
You didn't think of calling the police? I mean, since you and your friend was on the sidelines?
They came back so fast with a bigger group. We didn't want to escalate the problem, and we just wanted to just clear things off and get back home.
Why didn't you and your friends run away, when you saw them coming back the second time?
Kind of. They came back in a way we were walking straight, and they came in both ways. So there was nowhere to run, and it was a road on one side and a railing on the other, so there was no escape for us.
Up next, we speak to Zul, who got aggressive after he was stared at by a stranger.